Okay, so I have an extreme fear of cars. I really, really hate them. I had a car wreck that should have killed me a little over a year ago, and I had a near car wreck yesterday on the highway going 60 miles an hour, and this is going to be the first time driving back to work since yesterday. So, I am not looking forward to this experience. So, don't know how well this is going to play over. Because yesterday, I cried the entire way from where the wreck happened on 35. Another 10 minutes to work. Because I panicked and it was bad. Like anytime a car would get near my car, even just, passing me on the highway, I'd freak out and like spaz and cry some more. So, I'm going to record my first driving back to work in the same route that I took yesterday because I need to get over my fear of cars. Yes, I nearly had a wreck yesterday. But at the same time, I can't let that stop me. And the music may be louder at one moment. Okay, typically what I'll do is, I didn't know if I was opening or closing today, but if I closed the night before, but I know I opened the next morning, I'll turn my music on really, really, really loud to wake me up before I drive, because my first wreck happened because I fell asleep at the wheel. Bad idea. If you think you're gonna fall asleep, just stay wherever you are and take whatever wrath is put upon you, because it's better than putting you and someone else in the hospital for weeks. So, here we go. The car is on. I don't know where I'm gonna put my phone. I did not think that. Ooh, what about here? No, because that maybe. Didn't think this part through. So, looks like you, my YouTube viewer audience, are gonna get to look at my nose the entire time. And you could probably see the mascara maybe somewhere on my ceiling, because I did the whole, I'm gonna do my eyes in the car. And I'm procrastinating because I really, really, really don't want to put this vehicle in drive. But I'm doing it! Alright. We're in drive. We are making a U-turn of sorts. It's not really like a full U-turn, because I have to like stop and you're gonna look out the window the entire time. Okay? Alright, so we're driving. I am going down the residential street. Here's a stop sign, which I will fully stop at because there's another vehicle coming by, and we're turning left. Another stop sign, which we are not going to fully stop at because there are no other vehicles. So I can do this. Haha, there we go. So I typically drive with one hand because I used to drive a stick shift. That was the car that I wrecked. So, I'm actually really, really good at driving with one hand. Minus that one incident. Yesterday was like fucking magic not wrecking my vehicle. Let's see. Stop sign, turning left. Alright. We're still on some mostly residential roads. I'm really comfortable right here. There's not a whole lot of stupid people that drive in this area because, this is also a school zone. So I'm very, very cautious of where I'm going, although it's not the school lights and the flashing right now. Because it's not 3 o'clock yet, that's when they get out. Or I think it's actually close to 4 when they get out. Oh, puppies! Puppies! They look so fluffy and cute. Although that owner was making a fatal mistake because she was letting her dogs walk in front of her, which is a common mistake for most humans, but very bad one because the dog asserts authority over the human. So my fiance has a saying that if you let your dog walk in front of you, you're your dog's bitch. So our dogs walk either right beside us as equals or right behind us because we're the ones that feed them. Technically, it is his parents that feed them, but you get the gist of, you know, the humans feed the dogs, and we own the dogs. And turning right. Alright, so now I'm on some more, like, city-type streets, not really residential. Well, kind of residential still, but it'll turn into more, city-like, where there are lots of shopping centers and restaurants and things like that. Here in a couple blocks. Doing okay still. Not freaking out. There's no cars around me. Not like a high traffic time in this area right now. So, doing okay. There's like this slight hammering of heart because I'm in a car, but that happens every time I get in a car. Hate cars. Hate cars. Driving is not relaxing in the slightest. At all. Green light. Let's get over the left-hand lanes. Eventually I'm gonna need to go left. Still more residential, kind of a, you know, we're going 40. It's the speed limit. And we're going 42. A little bit over the speed, just by 2. I don't think you should be pulled over for 2. I think that's ridiculous. I've been pulled over for 7, but it's like one of those speed traps. It's like it just decreases at the corner, and new driver, I had 2 of my siblings in the car. It was bad. I was crying, my brother was crying, he was in his car seat because he was like 2. I cried, I just because I was so freaked out, and, I think I'm talking a whole lot because I typically sing in my car. I'm not going to do that to anyone because I can't sing at all, and I fully acknowledge this, but in my car I typically sing, and if I have passengers I tell them to shut the fuck up and sit down because it's my car! And then I show them the paper where it has my name on it, and, you know, ownership of, you know, the title that I have with me. Because my car! Insurance is in my name. It's kind of awesome. Alright, here's where it starts to get a little bit on the hectic side. And I will set the phone down when we get to highway just because, despite the fact that I'm comfortable with one hand on the wheel, I am not comfortable with one hand on the wheel on the highway. One of my favorite things to do is at red lights, see what the fuck people around me are doing. You know, see if they're just sitting there looking cool, or if they're like jamming out, which is typically who, I'm that person jamming out. Right now I'm the person talking to myself, or talking to my phone, which I can guess I could play off as a phone call, but I really don't care enough, because these are people I'm seeing at an intersection. But it's cool to see like the people that are just lost in thought at the red light, you know, just waiting for it to turn green, just waiting. I like those people. Those and the jammers. I like the jammers a lot. Just because they're funny as hell. I think one day I might do a video of me being a jammer at a red light. Because I think it's hilarious. I might tape, like, or not tape, because no one uses tape anymore, it's all fucking digital. I might record the reactions of the people next to me, because some people are totally oblivious. They're completely oblivious to the actions going on inside this vehicle, which is really funny because they're windows, they're clear. There's a little more traffic, and I'm starting to kind of feel the edge of, you know, the freaking outness, because I know I'm only going the speed limit, and people usually go like 5, sometimes 10 over on this road. And I can feel them behind me like, go faster, go faster. I'm just not going to do it because I'm starting to freak out a tiny bit. Yesterday when I got to work, I was still, like, my face is still wet because I, you know, was still crying. And I put my alarm code in, and I'm starting, you know, the opening process, and I'm, like, forgetting stuff the entire time I'm doing it. And, you know, I'm feeling jittery, so I go and get my Red Bull, which doesn't make the matters worse. In my case, it actually helps me to calm down. because I have such a high caffeine tolerance. I was, keeping in my typical routine. But I just took a moment, I calmed down, and, then there was this huge ordeal with some of our staff, and it didn't make them anything any better. But I got through it. I'm here. I'm here right now, and I'm breathing oxygen. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I hate cars, but I'm okay. Alright, so I'm gonna give you a brief kind of story of what happened when I wrecked my car. I promise you, it should have killed me. It really, really should have. Because I was going like 60. Because that was the speed limit on back roads. Some of them, the speed limit's actually 60. So, I'm going 60, and I'm on my way to take my first final for my first semester of college. I'm going there. And I'd taken my boyfriend at the time back home, and he lived out in the country in Alvarado, if anyone knows where that is. And I'm on my way driving back, and I tried to take a nap, but I think he was playing Resonance of Fate, which is an RPG video game. He was playing really, really loud, but there's this one move that it's, this gun pattern that is just incredibly obnoxious, because it's the same gun pattern every time you use this move. But apparently it's a really good move. To him it was, and it's really obnoxious. And I tried to sleep for like 2 hours, because I'm just exhausted. With studying and stress, and I'm not sleeping well, and then I plus fucking Resonance of Fate. And it's forever in my mind as the game that ruined my nap. And because I didn't sleep well, the night before or during my attempted nap, I fell asleep at the wheel about 15 minutes away from where I'd left, which was his house. No, it wasn't even 15 minutes, it was closer to 10. Closer to 10 minutes. I'm on my way to the gas station to go get a Monster. To, just a little bit of pep to wake up. Because I didn't have a radio in my car because it had been stolen. So I didn't have anything to keep me awake. Plus it was like this really muggy, drizzly day. And there's a semi, there's a semi, there's a semi, there's a semi, there's a semi. There's a semi, there's a semi. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Alright. Anyways, I was on my way, and it was really drizzly and gray outside, and just that weather that you want to go to sleep, and it didn't make anything better. I had my windows rolled down, trying to get the wind to keep me awake. Okay, there's a truck. There's a big truck. There's a big truck. Big truck, big truck, big truck. Getting over. Big truck, big truck, big truck, big truck. And there's somebody again, Okay. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine. Alright, I'm past the semi. There's still quite a bit of vehicles. I'm holding on to the steering wheel with, my fingers. And, my index finger and my middle finger on the bottom part of the steering wheel. And I'm holding my phone with my pinky and thumb. Because that's just how it's working out. I hate this part. Because, the road, curves. But, I'm trying to take this exit, and there's, no shoulder on this side, and, the lanes are really thin. And, oh my god, I just hate this. Because I'm exiting off one highway to merge onto another. And, I just hate highways. Alright, there's no one coming. Good, we're good. Alright, and I can just stay in this lane the entire time. And that, my dear, is just the spot that I nearly died at yesterday. Okay. Alright, now. I forgot where I was in the story. Okay, on my way to get a Monster, 10 minutes from the house, muggy day, and I fall asleep, and I'm going, and I drift off to the right side of the road, and like, you know that really bumpy feeling that you get when you start to go off-road? That's what woke me up, and I knew in my head that there was this really, really sharp turn in the road ahead. Like, this road goes really, really straight for a long period of time, and then it turns to the left really sharp. So I thought I was at the turn, so yeah, I make a drastic left turn, that way I don't go into the woods and die. Instead, I turn into oncoming traffic because I wasn't at the turn yet. And the oncoming traffic was a older, like, Silverado or something, like an old pickup truck. And I'm in a Honda, 2-door. Well, the Silverado hits my right quarter panel, like the right side of my engine, and like puts me in this like spinning death thing. There's a semi in front of me, there's a semi. And tears the engine away from the cab of my car, and the engine like is on one side of the road in the ditch, and I spin into the other ditch on the other side of the road. And like everything in my car is just in the back seat suddenly. And I'm just so disoriented that I can't believe what just happened. And like I can't think about the details of like what I experienced too much, because then it sends me into like the PTSD attack again, which is what I had yesterday, and that just was not fun at all. I did not enjoy having another one of those. I haven't had an attack like that in a while, just because I'm getting better at driving. And I hate when people like kind of swerve in their lanes a little bit, so you don't know if they're going to stay in their lane or if they're going to merge into your lane without a blinker. Alright, so I'm good. There's a truck in front of me going about 50 miles an hour in a 60 on the highway. Not safe, because some dumbass could come up behind me not knowing how fast I'm going and hit my rear end, so I'm not going to play that game. So I got over and getting back over in front of him. I'm going 60. Maybe close to 65, but that's an acceptable speed in my mind. Oh, and what happened yesterday morning was I'm in like the middle lane, and this jackass in the right-hand lane puts on a blinker. He's right beside me, puts on a blinker, and tries to get over into my lane while I'm still there. And there was a guy in the lane to my left that, like, I guess he was like kind of far over in his lane, like away from me. So I was able to swerve into his lane for a minute there, and the guy that was trying to get over, the jackass, like realized the messed upness that he was about to do, so he stayed in his lane, and I did like this little swerve thing for, it probably was just like 2 or 3 seconds, but it was like some of the longest seconds of my entire life. Like, I've taken my foot off the gas, but I haven't slammed on the brake or anything, because I'm on the highway, and I know that's a bad idea,